She has this. Get her. God, what is this? What is this? Okay, when did we do these?
Oh, like 6 weeks ago? That's why this one broke. It got too
Oh, I'm
long.
so sad. This was perfect timing because the other day someone commented on one of my videos like, hey, like what would I do if the tip of the gel was lifted? And what do you know, since she broke her nail, the tip of the gel was lifted. So what I'm gonna do is I filed off the color and I'm just gonna continue thinning out that leftover gel. You can tell that it's lifted. See that it's whiter? You can kind of see, it almost looks like the free edge, but it's not, it's the lifted gel. So I'm thinning out all of the gel as much as I can because it makes it so much easier to just sort of cut it out. So I'm going above, like I'm still touching the gel only and not the natural nail. So I'm going above where it's lifted and just like, just gentle feather touch, and it just cuts it out. See, I swiped it away because I cut it out. And then I'm gonna go through, once I get the majority out, and again, very gentle, because that's the natural nail now. And then I go through with the little diamond bit, which is my cuticle bit, and I'll get rid of any like tiny areas that are still lifted, and then go through and I hand file it and buff it, all very gently though, still very gentle. It's the natural nail. And it's all good to go. And then we're starting from scratch. And then I just added a little extension on top of it, like nothing ever happened. So that's how I would do it. For this manicure, we wanted to do like a little sunset ombre vibe, and I used 3 colors. I know I only showed 2, but I used 3. I used bubblegum, which is the pink, I used Isla Vista, which is the like corally, and then Smiley, which is the yellow. And then what I did was I put peach base in the background, so that's that like nudie in the background. And you can kind of see all I'm doing is doing like really messy, thick stripes, not curing them. And then once I'm done with each little layer, it kind of looks like a funny little candy corn. And while it's all wet, I clean my brush and I just swipe it sideways to blend it and bring the brush all the way down to the yellow. So it kind of blends all the colors together. And then I take that same brush and I just buff out that top pink line. And after I do that first layer, I cure it. So once I'm fine with it, I cure it. Don't worry if it's a little bit messy because we're gonna do a second layer on top. So again, cured it. Now we're doing the second layer, so it's gonna be a little bit more opaque. And you'll see in a little bit, but once I cure that second layer, we were kind of craving a little bit more of that orangey coral color. So I took a ombre sponge and I buffed it in the orange and kind of dabbed it towards the middle of the nail, and it gave it a little bit more of a golden hour look as opposed to a sunset. And I feel like it made it look more airbrushed and smoothed every little imperfection out. So you'll see what I'm doing in a second. You'll see that happen in a second, but just wanted to let you know. Okay, for my second client of the day, we took off this like 2 or 3 week old manicure in the color Supernova, and guess what? We did it again. But unfortunately, I don't know, I just felt like I was running behind that day and my head kind of hurt. It was just, I felt very overstimulated. So I didn't film this appointment because I was like, it's fine, it's just a solid color. But I did do a quick before and after. So you already saw the before, here is the after. It's beautiful. I did clear builder base under it to kind of give it that sheerness to it, but Supernova, man, it's just ridiculous. It is like that perfect pearlescent, pinky, glowy purple. Come on, beautiful. And moving on to the last client of my day. She got these done when she was on vacation, so this is just me filing them off, and perfect timing because I noticed there was a little bit of lifting in the top right corner. You won't be able to see it yet, but I noticed there was lifting, so I did the same exact thing as we talked about earlier, where I go with the e-file behind where it's lifted and just lightly feather, just zzz, 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 and it just cuts it out. And you'll see, I'm gonna put it in slow-mo because it was very satisfying. I like zip, 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 and then all of a sudden the lifted chunk just flew off. It's very satisfying. So keep an eye out for that in a few seconds. And then of course, here we are again with my diamond cuticle bit, and I'm gonna use that to get rid of any lifting pieces. And if that doesn't get all of it, I'm gonna do the same thing where once I'm done with the cuticles, I'm gonna go through with the hand file. And the hand file, the point of me using the hand file is to even out all of that leftover gel on the nail, because I never take all of the gel off unless it's all completely lifted. So I'm hand filing it to even that leftover base coat out and to prepare for more base coat. But while I'm hand filing, I'm also checking to see if there's any other lifted pieces I missed, so I can have a little bit more control and it can be a little bit more like gentle. So that's that. You can kind of see me kind of going through trying to make sure that all the corners, the lifted corners, are all seamless. And then I'm gonna go through with the buffer to buff out any pokies, and then I'm gonna apply more base coat. And that's that. Just don't panic, don't think too hard, trust yourself and trust the process, and everything's gonna be fine. Don't be stressed when you see lifting, don't be all judgy with yourself, don't be mean to yourself, it's totally normal. You know, all you gotta do is just beep boop bop, it's all gone. You took care of it, you're killing it, and we're moving on to the next cute manicure. There we go. They were very, very cute.
Oh my god, what also did I see that you did? Hold on.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Let's do this does.
Clear. I'm at the clear. I'm at the clear. All right, let's do. I hate this so much. Why is this so hard? There we go. There we go. 2 fingers. 2 fingers. Okay, you know what? That's the colors I'm using. Thanks for coming. Oh, I did blue. These two. Me too. The
Whoa.
blue. I needed that. Because
That's beautiful.
These two were the ones that I. A little hazy layer. is my new thing, is pink and orange I'm adding together. I'm just putting it on there. And you just kind of wait it out.
So cool.
Just do 2 at a time.
Yes.
Why not?